Okay, this is TempleOS 5-minute random code walkthrough, episode 7, and your host is Terry Davis. So here we go, Alt B. And where are we? We are in the compiler pass 012. Okay, so it looks like we're in the common code for the family of intermediate code. So subswitch start down. Okay, so all the comparison. Okay, let me explain how we got here. If we have a floating point compare, let's say F64, F1, comma F2. Let's do this. If F1 less than F2, return true. Else return false. What do we call this? Less. How about that? So let's do O trace. Oops. What did I do? Okay, so pass 1, 2. The O trace displays the output for different passes. So it starts out before pass 0. There's a less than, which makes a Boolean out of comparison, and then branch. So if it's Boolean and you do a branch of 0, then anyway, in pass 0, 1, 2, it converts that to a branch greater equal. So it basically, when what the optimization does is take RISC and turn it into CISC. So we have a bunch of simple instructions, and then by the time we get to the bottom, it's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, whatever, complex instructions. So for the comparison operators on pass 0, 1, 2, what are we doing? It's clearing a flag result to integer. Actually, a comparison, at this point it's not a branch, it's a genuine comparison. So it is an integer. So if it is an integer, it doesn't need to be converted to integer. Sometimes if you have, I think what it's doing is, so for clarity, let's say I equals, it's not a branch version, it's this kind of version. Anyway, a Boolean expression, and what it's doing is it's each intermediate code can have its result converted to integer or converted to float, and this one is an integer, so it doesn't need to convert to integer. And then it's what it's doing is, if it's not a pointer. Okay, so let's go back to what we had. So on pass 0, on pass 0, 1, 2, it works out the types. You'll notice down on pass 2, it's has it changed any types? The branch 0. Okay. Well, what it's doing is, if it's a pointer, if its pointer count is the number of stars. So if there's 0 stars, And if it's oh, just ignore that. That's class 2 is something crazy. If push compare, what this is for is if we say if 0.5 is less. Now you'll notice it has some push compare, pop compare. This operator pushes its what this is for is if you have an expression, you don't want to repeatedly calculate it, so you push the intermediate value, or you push it, and then you pop it down here for the next comparison. So I don't know if it actually does a push. It's done on the floating point stack. It's just carrying the value forward, and it's using one of the floating point. Is it? It should be. I don't know. Anyway, that's the idea. Kind of ran out of time. Okay, so if push compare, what are we doing? We're setting the, if it's not a push compare, we set it to a raw type I64. So the result of a Boolean comparison is I64, unless you're doing that push compare stuff, and then it's doing something funky with the class of this intermediate code. Okay.